It's a beautiful day in Red Bay, Alabama. My name is George Victorine with Tiffin Motorhomes, and today I'm going to show you the 2025 38BB Allegro Bay Super C. I'd like to first start out with a few key features on the chassis itself. This is the S2RV Super C chassis. It is a premier chassis purpose-built specifically for Super C motorhomes. All diesel motorhome chassis aren't built alike, and you always keep in mind that Tiffin always uses the premium chassis with the premium upgrades. No matter if it's a Super C or a Wayfarer, you're always going to get the premium chassis. So I'm going to kind of highlight a few of those custom features that Tiffin does that you may not find on competitive brands. Okay, so let's take a look at a few things and walk you around this beautiful new Super C. This coach is in the crimson exterior. What I like about it is light colors on top, so it doesn't absorb the heat out in the direct sun if you're out in the desert or someplace hot where you're doing your activities in this coach. So the S2RV, starting out with your headlights. These are composite, so they're going to take an impact. Okay, so if a rock hits this, they're not going to break. And Tiffin upgrades these to the LED headlights. So that is one of the upgrades that I wanted to talk about. So LED headlights, standard on the Allegro Bay. The other thing Tiffin does that I really like is that this front cap is a one-piece molded front cap. Okay, so your bulkhead is transitioned right into the overhead, so there's no sharp corners. It's actually what we call a three-way airfoil, designed to cut through the wind, push the air over the top, around the corners for streamlined, aerodynamic driving down the road, no wind noise. That's the big thing right there. The other thing on the Super C, you're going to get about a 20% larger windshield than you're going to find on any other Super C in the market. Like I said, this is a purpose-built chassis for Class Super C motorhomes. The other chassis in this segment are going to be built for trucks, not for an RV. So when Freightliner Custom Chassis decided to build this coach, it was designed and engineered for a chassis or a motorhome builder to make the motorhome. So the other coaches that you might find in a Super C, they'll have their fuel tanks, and that's how you designate an S2RV, because the fuel tanks will be on either side of the chassis up front. You won't find them mounted up in between the frame rails underneath, out of the way. This allows Tiffin to integrate a really nice entry step area. It's all molded fiberglass, transition nicely into the front cap. Okay, the Super C S2RV has an easy access hood to get to the engine and your maintenance items. You lift it right up. You don't need to worry about letting it go. It all has spring struts. It's easy to lift and it's easy to put back down, but it also allows you to access all the maintenance points on your engine. So you can easily get to your oil, your transmission, your brake fluid. Everything's very easily accessible. You could actually step in here and get right to the engine. I don't want to do it right now and get all dirty, but you can do that. So you don't need to worry about closing the hood. You just push it. Closes nice and easy. Just don't forget to latch it before you take off. The other thing that Freightliner Custom Chassis did is they made a breakaway front bumper. As you can see here, you have a little bit of transition. If you ever out in the wilderness and you got into something, and if you had a one-piece bumper, you could bend that into the tire. Okay, so this is designed to, if it does get in here, it has a bezel back here to protect the tire, and this will actually break away. And you're still legal going down the road because you still have the front bumper here until you can get this replaced. Moving on over here to the driver door area. Another thing that we've done is these are nice big truck style mirrors, and they're breakaway mirrors. Okay, so if you hit something, it's not gonna break your mirrors. Push it right back into position. Easy access to the cab. Grab onto the handle, grab onto the steering and pull yourself in. You have an engine core heater right here. If you get into if you're a snow skier, you get up into the mountains. The biggest wear on a diesel engine, believe it or not, is starting in cold climate. So it's important to keep that oil warm. So you can plug that in to the coach itself if the generator's running or into an outlet. And you also have your DEF fluid up front here. Now it's not that big of a deal. It cleans the environment very well. Actually, the environment, because of this, and where I live in California, the air quality has improved dramatically since all the new regulations have come out. But you fill this about every third tank. So really, it's not that big of an inconvenience. The other thing that Tiffin does on the Super C chassis is they give you air ride seats as a standard. Air ride seats is going to make this cab area a much more comfortable drive, namely because this is a front sprung dual wishbone suspension. It's not air ride in the front. In the rear you have the air ride, and there's a couple of things I want to go over there. So that's a key feature on the Allegro Bay is air ride front seats. Standard on a Tiffin motorhome are AGM batteries. That is not an option. It's a standard on the Allegro Bay. And we also put it on a slide out tray so it's easy to access the batteries. And it's hard to see, but back up here, you'll find that there is your disconnects and also an auxiliary air chuck so that you can easily hook up your air supply and use it to blow up your motorcycle tires or blow things off. Compressed air is a very handy thing to have at all times, especially when you're out using a Super C during your adventures. Moving on down this side, we do have some nice big storage. This is what a purpose-built Super C chassis gives you, is big basement storage. A lot of these compartments have full pass-through storage. Here you have your wet bay. With all your exterior shower, you have a black water tank flush. You have 2 tripod connections for cable TV or an outside antenna. You also have a solar input for solar needs. We do have an option for 3 solar panels on the Super C. You also have, right here, you have your water pump switch. A lot of times you'll find RVs won't have a water pump activation switch outside. It's very convenient to be able to turn your water pump on and off out here when you're using the outside shower. Moving back towards the rear axle, we put the dump station away from your city water. I find that very, very convenient. Easy to dump this coach, and also note that we have a full house water filtration system. Now let's talk a little bit more about the chassis. There's a couple of great features that Tiffin brings on the S2 RV chassis that you may not find in competitive motorhomes. This coach actually has, like I said, rear suspension, and we also have, as a standard feature, heated moisture ejectors for the chassis. Other manufacturers, what you're going to find are lanyards that you have to reach in underneath the chassis and pull the lanyards to eject the moisture out of your coach or out of your chassis. And you should do that pretty much every time you go on a trip. You should release all the moisture out. On the Bay, it does it automatically. You don't need to worry about that. We also have a specific type of rear axle that is called a limited spin or no spin rear differential. What that's going to do for you, this purpose-built motorhome, when you're getting out into the mud, into the snow, into slippery conditions, there's a switch on the dash. When you are in park, you activate it and it locks in the rear differential so both tires spin. You're not going to get stuck. You have a power 50 amp power cord reel, very convenient. Although that cord reel looks thick, it is very pliable. Easy to bring in and out. All Tiffin motorhomes are equipped with full surge guard. That's your transfer switch and full coach electrical protection. The Allegro Bay comes with two types of heating systems. The standard is your LP heat and hot water, and this coach is equipped with the AquaHot 250D. So hydronic heating, so this coach is all electric. The AquaHot provides moist, comfortable, quiet heat. No furnaces kicking on off while you're sleeping at night. Rear cap, nicely appointed. What I'd like to point out here is, since this is a purpose-built chassis built for a motorhome, manufacturers in the industry place the fuel fill most of the time I see it on the side. But at Tiffin Motorhomes, the fuel fill is in the rear, which is very convenient because when you're pulling in with your big trailer, you could fill the coach from either side. Well, a lot more convenient to fill up. We also have your trailer hitch down here. This coach is capable of towing 12,000 pounds is what is listed on the stats for this coach. However, we do put a 150-gallon water tank for those long trips. That's a pretty big water tank, so that limits your tow capacity a little bit, but I think it's a good payoff to have that extra water. Okay, moving along this side, Tiffin Motorhomes, one of the things that we are legendary for is high quality construction and taking care of our customers. And one thing I always try to point out is if you're trying to determine the quality of any motorhome, there's something that I call the unseen, untold, unsold story. And all motorhomes have luggage doors, all motorhomes have roofs, all motorhomes have windows. But there's distinguishing characteristics that give you an idea of the quality of the motorhome. And here's the one I like to show. Our luggage door. You could determine the quality of and characteristics of a motorhome by its luggage door, how well it's built. If you take a look at this luggage door, it has a aircraft aluminum, one-piece rounded bottom. This is one solid sheet of aluminum. You have aluminum backing. It's aluminum framed, structure foam insulation. It has a gas strut and a limiter chain in case the wind catches it. Now, when you close our doors, we call it the 60-40 close. So you could just less than 40%, let it go. Closes like a Cadillac trunk. You go past 40 to 60, it opens up automatically. This gives you a good indication. The quality of this luggage door gives you a good indication on the integrity and construction of the rest of this motorhome. All right, so the other thing I'd like to point out is the awning package. On Tiffin Motorhomes, you're going to find the high quality Girard awnings on all Tiffin Motorhomes. I can show you how that goes out. They all have easy one-touch operation. And a handy LED light to light up your patio at night. Also an LED porch light. These lights are really nice because they don't really attract bugs when you're out there in the wilderness. All right, so that's a quick walk around on the outside. Let's take a look on the inside. All right, so we're in the cab of the Super C. A couple things I wanted to show you. Notice how the seats are nice going down with the air ride. I could adjust the pressure in these seats to my comfort. One of the things I wanted to show you on the dash, there's a number of switches here that have different insignias on them for what they do, but the far right here is an air dump for your rear suspension. So when you're hooking up that big trailer, it makes it very convenient to be able to drop the rear of the coach down to disconnect or connect your tow vehicle. And simply done by pushing this switch, air is dumping out of the rear and dropping the coach down. The other thing that you have here, this is the switch for your anti-spin locking rear differential. Again, remember to put it in park, turn this on, and then both wheels will spin to get you out of a tight spot if you're on slippery conditions. Some of the other switches on the dash you might want to be interested in is this switch right here. It looks like brake drums. Okay, this is going to be your VGT engine brake, variable geometry, and that can be used whenever you want. But generally, when you're coming off of an off ramp or you want to slow down, you activate that, and it will use the engine, back pressure in the engine, to slow you down, especially if you're towing a heavy trailer. Of course, these are self-explanatory. You have your door locks, you have your power windows, your generator start, auxiliary start, and you could also turn on your stereo when the engine is off. One other thing in the cab, you'll notice you have a nice padded floor mat. That is a heavily insulated mat for heat from the engine. It goes all the way up the firewall, and also sound deadening, so it makes it a lot quieter in that driving compartment. For 2025, Tiffin has redesigned the cab area, so you have cut-ins behind the driver passenger seat, so that it makes it much more comfortable to recline the seat in 2025 than in previous model years. The bunk area, nice big cab over bunk. So you got enough sleeping space up here for two, and a really nice environment with a cab over TV, which is optional. You also have some storage space up above in the front. If you open that up, you'll find some 110 outlets and some USB outlets for your phone and any other devices you might have. You also have a 110 outlet up front here, and also lights, and you got a blue light up there as well, a little mood light. The other thing that I point out that you won't find in a lot of other Super Cs is you have air in the cab. So if it's a hot day or a hot morning, you got the drapes closed off, you'll have good recirculation and nice air up front. The other thing Tiffin does a good job of is our porcelain tile. This is porcelain glazed tile. In 2025, we have two options. There's the shiny tile, and then we also have a matte tile finish. So you have two choices there this year for 2025. This coach is equipped with the freestanding dinette. Gives you a little bit more seating space when you pull it out, and there are two extra chairs, folding chairs with padded chairs in the basement, so that you can seat 4 people here. And I also point out that this coach has a flush floor slide on the driver's side. A lot of competitors don't have that, and it gives you a nice flat floor here for all the chairs, and it's easy to sit around the dinette and enjoy the dinette. Tiffin Motorhomes, all of our cabinets are solid wood, custom. We're a vertically integrated manufacturer, so all the components for our motorhomes are built in-house. All of the wood that we use comes from the Northwest hardwoods, and it comes in raw rough cut lumber. And every cabinet door, every piece of wood in this coach is custom made in our wood shop for this coach. Even the heater vents right down below the dishwasher on this coach is custom made. It's not a plastic vent, it's not a metal vent, it is a custom wood vent. Really adds to the quality. And when I was talking to you about quality, integrity of the build judged by your luggage door, you won't find this type of cabinetry in many other motorhomes on the market, especially at this price point. Tiffin, we build the Super C just like we build our big Class A's. Okay, same type of construction. You call it 246, so it's easy to remember. You have 2-inch sidewalls, you have a 4-inch floor, and you have a 6-inch ceiling, fully insulated with structured foam. Your raceways for your air conditioning are in that structure foam, which also has an aluminum foil plenum in there. So you're not going to get a bunch of the foam particles flying around inside the coach. Also, it eliminates any condensation. And one thing I want to tell you that Tiffin does, you won't see any air conditioners hanging down inside the coach. So our air conditioners are above the plenum. This side is your input, so it draws the air in. There's a little foam filter there. It cools the air and distributes it out on the passenger side. So it's a very efficient recirculation of the air, and it's very quiet. Our coaches this coach comes with two 15,000 BTU roof airs with heat pump. So you get down into the desert, it's got plenty of BTUs to keep you comfortable in those climates, as well as you get down to all the way down to about 38 degrees. You can heat the coach with your heat pump as well. The galley is nicely equipped, solid surface countertops throughout all Tiffin products. You have custom made solid surface countertops. We actually bring this in raw rough cut solid surface material, usually Avonite. We polish it and we use our CNC routers to make all your solid surface countertops throughout the coach. Plenty of galley storage, plenty of room for your trash can, and all of our drawers are equipped with residential quality. You have your silverware holder, and all the drawers are soft close. You also have convenient, because of the sinks here, you couldn't get a full drawer up here. So you want to give you an area where you could, some extra workspace, a cutting board. So this is designed to give you that usage right here. All Tiffin motorhomes are built with multiplex wiring systems. Multiplexing is in all your aircraft and all your automobiles today, and it gives you a very high quality, less wiring, less electrical issues, and usability is much enhanced. So you'll have your central control panel, usually in the center of the coach, that controls all the functions in the coach. You have your home screen, you have your lighting. And one thing I like to point out, which is kind of a nice feature on your master light switch, is that you can actually, if you come to your coach and it's dark out, it's dark in the coach, and only a couple of lights are on, if you hold the main master light switch just for 2 seconds, every light in the coach will come on, because there's memory in these multiplex system. So whatever lights were on when the coach was turned off, those same lights will come on when you come back in, unless you hold it for 2 seconds, and every light will come on. Pretty handy feature. Of course, and also the lights are also dimmable, so you can customize your light scenes as you desire. Being a vertically integrated company, we custom make all of our own fiberglass. So the molded front cap we talked about, our showers, everything, but our shower is a one-piece molded shower enclosure. There's no seams in it. It won't leak. That's the big thing. A lot of showers in the industry are 2 or 3 piece with a lot of caulking, so it gives you the opportunity for leaks. This coach is a 38 BB, and it is a bath and a half. So you have your side bath for your guests, and then in your rear suite, you could close off the rear suite with a solid slider door. We don't use Curtitions. We don't use cheap hollow core doors. All our cores are custom made and of high quality. They're heavy, but you can close off your rear suite. You've got your king bed, nice big windows, and then you have your bathroom in the back, fully equipped with your nice large, fully molded shower, one-piece enclosure, and your washer and dryer in this coach is in the back. So you have full-blown Splendid, which is a high-quality RV washer dryer, is in the back bathroom. One thing I wanted to note on our construction, because this is an S2 RV chassis purposely built for Super C motorhomes, you need to watch where the manufacturer places the holding tanks. A lot of manufacturers because of how they build them. You want the best weight and balance possible to give you that supreme ride. A lot of manufacturers will put your holding tanks in the rear, aft of the rear axle, which puts a lot of weight on the rear. So all Tiffin motorhomes you will find, all your holding tanks are going to be right in front of the rear axle and give you that stable ride that you need. Again, my name is George Victorine with Tiffin Motorhomes. Thank you for watching my preview of the 2025 38 BB Tiffin Super C. If you have any questions, please give us a call.